We know that many of you look at influencers on Instagram and dream of living their luxurious lifestyles. But what if I told you that a lot of them are actually financial catfish that really rent cars and houses to look rich? The truly wealthy could easily tell the difference between those who have money and those who want to look like they have it. We're going to share 5 ways you can tell them apart. Let's get into it. Number 5. There's less money in your account than what you actually paid for the bag. For most people, there is no better flex than walking into a room with a bag worth than most people's salaries. And while it may bring some temporary joy to see others jealous of what you have, if you haven't paid your debt or bills yet, should showing off really be a priority? I mean, there's nothing wrong with spoiling yourself a bit, and we do mean a bit. But if you have other financial worries, then is there any point to paying thousands for temporary pleasure? Especially when you could be investing that money in your future. Like Jay-Z said, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. The rich normally prioritize quality and don't buy brands just to show off how much they earn. And I kind of agree with that mentality. Personally, unless that $1 million bag is gonna grow limbs and carry me everywhere, I don't want it. Number 4, they name drop too much. Okay, I know I'm not the only one who has that one friend that can't go 5 minutes without mentioning a famous person they became best friends with. Once in a while, it can be a cool and interesting experience to share, and there's definitely nothing wrong with sharing that experience with your friends. But if you name drop enough for your bodies to create a drinking game around it, then maybe it's time to find other topics to talk about. People who have real wealth never need to use the names of others to validate their worth, since their own name and work speaks for itself. Unless the name of the person you are mentioning actually adds value to the conversation or topic, then there's really no need to mention them. Kinda reminds me of that one time I met Leonardo DiCaprio at the bar and he invited me on his yacht to admire his Oscar, and why are you guys looking at me like that? Jealous much? Number 3, your car is more expensive than your house. For many people, nothing screams wealth and luxury like owning a car that costs more than a family home. Depending on where you live, of course, RIP to the bank accounts of New Yorkers. But to people who are actually wealthy, it just screams broke. Let me be clear. Yes, you do see wealthy people driving luxurious cars if they have a passion for it. However, if they're happy to spend thousands on a car, then you can probably assume that they own the house they live in and have millions in their bank accounts. If you're splashing a ton of cash on a car just to impress girls, but you're still renting the property you live in, then it might be time to start prioritizing. Try using that money to buy a house and rent it to others, or use it to renovate a home and sell it for a higher price. In the end, the choice is yours. If your financial situation changes in the future and you can't afford rent anymore, I guess you can always live in your Ferrari. Number 2, they overdress. Now, there is nothing wrong with feeling yourself and dressing your best. In fact, having great taste in style and class can give off a great first impression. But if you're wearing a suit, Gucci bag, and Rolex to your best friend's son's birthday party at the water park, maybe it's time to reflect. The rich understand the importance of dressing appropriately for different occasions. So, as much as you really want to show off that beautiful dress to everyone, you could save it for a dinner party where it's going to have the correct impact. Get people talking for the right reasons. Number 1, they brag about money. Some of you may find it strange that the rich don't show off every penny they earned. But it's true. Wealthy people don't talk about money since money isn't a concern for them. In fact, the only time you'll see a person of wealth discussing money is if they're making business deals. To them, somebody who's constantly trying to prove how much they have likely doesn't have much at all. It reminds me of this quote: "Watch out for people who are always bragging about who they are. A lion will never tell you it's a lion." Of course, if lions could talk, they'd probably do everything in their power to convince you otherwise. Until it's too late. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far and enjoy watching our content, we'd really appreciate it if you gave a like, comment, or subscribed. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. This is Luxcess, and we are here to inspire.